Hello Seekers, welcome to Sadgamayah, your one-stop destination for astrology videos for short astrology content. And you're watching Mars transit in Ashlesha. And let's understand a bit about this transit. Mars is a planet of fire. It's a planet of vengeance. It's a planet of brute strength, victory, confidence. It's a planet that helps you win. It's a planet that represents blood, and it also represents that strength and willingness, the will to achieve. It also shows desire, earth as an element. And if this planet goes in Ashlesha Nakshatra, it becomes mystical in nature. It becomes moody. The energy will be all over the place and will only get triggered when activated through threat or through kind of competition or through jealousy. There has to be a certain emotional trigger, and then and only this Mars will show the brute side of it. But if you talk about a natural flow of energy, Mars in Ashlesha show a very disrupted or very discontinuous flow of energy. Ashlesha is a reptilian nakshatra. It is ruled by Nag Devata, and this nakshatra has a lot of mystical power. It has healing capacity. But on the other hand, on the material side, when Mars goes in Ashlesha, this is like territorial expansion, trying hook or crook to achieve a certain task, fighting for a friend, fighting for your own land or your own country. But Mars is guided by some higher force or some other power, like as if he's following an order. Mars in Ashlesha can also act as a rebellion in certain cases when it is afflicted by Rahu or Ketu. Here it is not. Rather, Mars is with Venus when it is in Ashlesha Nakshatra. Now, the transit of Mars in Ashlesha has happened on 8th of June, and it will continue till 1st of July. And as Mars progresses towards the 28 degrees of Ashlesha Nakshatra, it goes towards the point of deep debilitation. Now, you can understand this degrading energy of Mars will accompany itself with frustration. It will accompany itself with exaggeration of emotions, some emotional outbursts, and sometimes emotional outbursts converting into violence or some verbal spat, some unnecessary debate, or feeling of jealousy. So you should be very careful when you are in social media, if you're comparing yourself to someone else, how you are utilizing your own energy. Not that Mars in Ashlesha is really bad throughout the zodiac or throughout the nakshatra, but it is only when Mars enters the last pada of Ashlesha when the energies becomes highly chaotic. You should not immediately act on any emotion or any feedback or any trigger that you receive. Rather, play a very sensitive game here. Play in a way that you are diplomatic, you are holding your ground, you are utilizing your energy consciously, because subconsciously either it will create a lot of procrastination or it will create a lot of inertia in the body. Be very careful about the food that you eat. Tamasic food should be avoided at all costs, and eat only sattvic food, because food will create the thoughts. Focus on meditation and chant Hanuman Chalisa at least 3 times every day. Remind yourself of your positive outcome. Focus on the divine side of your life, and constructive thinking will easily convert Mars in Ashlesha from a reptilian, territorial, you can say negative energy, to an emotion of mysticism, healing, because Mars in Ashlesha can also be said as Kundalini energy. Just like Kundalini, you will have to be careful with Mars in Ashlesha, and directed energy under proper guidance, under proper mentorship, will show you the ultimate path of spirituality. Ashlesha is a nakshatra of spiritual growth. Ashlesha is a nakshatra of spiritual powers, powers that can give you results in this material realm. So Mars in Ashlesha will also bring you certain events in your life where you will see magic happening and the divine grace coming on you. Focus more on the spiritual side of life, because material side will become too lucrative, and that if you follow on the material side, it can convert into lust, arrogance, anger, jealousy, frustration, and this will hurt relationship, romance, marriages, which you might regret once Mars and Venus goes into Leo zodiac sign. Overall, Mars transit in Ashlesha will give you mixed results, but if you convert this, if you see the spiritual side of this, this is going to be an excellent transit. Mars aspect on Saturn can also create impatient nature. Just remain patient, don't act in a hurry.